So yeah, step one, using Amazon ECS for a blue-green deployment, we're going to create an elastic container repository, which means we have to go to ECR, not ECS, ECR. ECR. Right, in the repository configuration, we're going to enter this as a name. And don't need anything else, just create. Copy the URI of the repository we've just created using 2 squares. You'll need the URI in the following steps. It's currently empty, however the location is a convenient place to get the repository URI. Just push commands and list its images whenever required. Cool. So we check. I'm a bit quick on the creation there, it's not made the rest of the environment. Yeah, got to wait until it's actually built everything. 46%. 57. There we go, so 100 now. Did I create a repo? Of course I did. Cool. Right, next step, building any images with AWS code build. So this is kind of like a pipeline, so we'll have code build. So build, as you can imagine, builds the code. It's the builder. It's going to build a Docker image out of whatever application we have. So let's go to code build and create a new project. I'm going to give it a blue project. We're going to pick on S3. Bucket will start with this. And there we go. Object is blue.zip. Use managed image. On Linux, Ubuntu, runtime standard image should be 6. Image version is the latest. We don't want a GPU resource. Service role use existing. Code build role. Expand. Additional config. It's privileged. variable. Ensure plain text is selected yet. And we want build spec YAML. And artifacts, we don't want any artifacts. Ensure that you've checked privilege before proceeding. Definitely have. So if you don't do that, the Docker client will be unable to access the host's Docker instance and the image will fail. Source file and IC project made for you. Ubuntu Linux Docker will be installed as the build environment for the test image. If you'd like to inspect the application code fetched from the S3 bucket, you can find a copy of the blue version running in this Git repository. That's the repo if anyone cares. It's a simple Node.js application that will serve a JSON message via HTTP. For the purposes of differentiating the images and the applications that they contain in the lab, the build spec will also tag the images with a distinct name. Code build will tag your blue application image with test blue and the green application image with the test green tags due to instructions within the source file. Please be aware that code build supports other sources than S3, including a Git repository, code commit, GitHub, and Bitbucket. Cool, so we can create build projects. Why doesn't it like that? Okay, what's the S3? I thought I did this. S3 object. The zip file. Oh, there we go. So we've got a blue project. We can start build. So this will fetch that zip file and try and build the source code. There we go. If you want to observe the build, click on the phase details. So that I actually get like the raw log, or just the steps that it's doing. A bit more useful. Is completing. Move to build logs. This screen will show the last 10,000 lines of the build history. The lines in the image show part of the post-build stage where the layers of the image are pushed into the repository. So this bit. Scroll up to the top of the build logs and view the entire log. There. CloudWatch logs will open in a new tab and you'll see the build log entry. Examining and retaining these logs could be helpful when you wanted to troubleshoot. Return to the code build. Build projects. You'll now see the blue project alongside the green project. To navigate to the green project, click on the green project in the list. And then we want to build green. Base detail. If one of the projects has the latest build status of in progress, then wait 30 seconds and click on the refresh icon until the status changes. We don't need to do. When this completes, you will have created 2 Docker images, one blue and one green, both of the same application. Be aware that while you have manually triggered builds in the project, you're doing so for the purposes of learning in the lab. Builds can be triggered automatically, it's part of a pipeline. So if we go back to ECR, go into the registry, we've got test blue, test green there. Right, so the application build spec files tag the container images with test green or test blue, depending on the version of the application that they contain. If you do not see 2 images, then green hasn't finished building, so we both see them, so that's good. Copy the URI of each image somewhere that we can retrieve it later. So let's get green and get blue. Cool, so we just need to check that we built a project. Right, in the ECS this time cluster, it's a logical grouping of container instances that will define task definitions to execute tasks. A task is an instantiation of a task definition on a container instance within an ECS cluster. You can customize several features of the cluster, such as the instance type, storage allocation, and the networking. In this step, we're going to create an ECS cluster, pre-configured Amazon EC2 autoscaling group, and a pre-configured virtual private network, or VPC. Right, so I think I already had this open, didn't I? ECS. Alright, so we'll create a cluster. Gonna name the cluster. Must be lowercase. This is pre-configured for the other bits of the lab. We don't want Fargate. Ensure all the grayed out options are unchecked. That's what we have to do. So great. Alright, we're just waiting for this to build. There we go. Right, so now we've got the cluster overview. To see the infrastructure information about the cluster, click on Infra. If we want to create ECS capacity provider for the autoscaling group, on the right hand side of the capacity provider section, click on Create. So we're going to create a new provider. Scaling policy, we want that. We don't want managed. So we turn off managed instance scaling. Actually, we might want draining. Okay, so then, we've specified the cluster. We'll use EC2 instances using an auto-scaling group. The auto-scaling group is pre-configured to launch instances that will use the latest EC2 Amazon Linux images. It will join the cluster. It will have an IAM rule profile attached with a role appropriate for the container instances. Uses a pre-configured security group that allows inbound traffic on port 80 and 8081. It's been tagged with the instances with the name. Okay. User data is used to configure the EC2 container agents configuration file within etc ECS ecs.config. Create. Thank you for the follow, Robot 10k. Right, so we've got the provider, we've got the instance. Scroll down to instances, you'll see that one instance is listed. If you don't see the instance, wait 30 seconds and refresh. So we do see it. So we should have that. You should have we created the cluster, configured it to use the VPC and the ASG. Okay, yeah, that's it. So we just check. Cool. So now we need to look at task definitions required to run Docker containers within ECS. These tell the Docker images to use the container instances, what resources to allocate, networking and other details. We're going to create two definitions, one for blue, one for green. This is a simplified demo. In reality, you can define multiple containers. So task definition. I'm going to create a new definition. With JSON or not? No. Alright. Definition family. Blue task def. Don't want Fargate. Want EC2. Networking. Network mode. Default. CPU. 0.125 CPU. Memory. Execution role. So again. Container. Right, so this one's going to be hooked up to our blue container. We need the URI of blue. And we want Host ports 8081, container port 8081. Right, we don't want logs because that costs money. We want that's good. Right, great. Successfully created. You might see the revision number is higher than 1. Revisions are stored in the account indefinitely even if they're marked inactive. Okay, so this doesn't matter. Repeat these instructions, creating a task definition with the following changes. This time we want to make the green one. So we want another revision. So this time we want green. We want green container with the green URI. Same memory, CPU. So got everything else the same. Logging's off. Yeah, right, create. So we've got 2 definitions now. There we go. Right, start my check. Right, so we go back to our cluster. Services, what am I looking at? There we go, services. Create. We're going to create a new service. Compute option will be launch. Launch type EC2. I'm going to do deployment config of service. Family will run the blue task def. Latest revision. Service name will be called blue service. Desired tasks 2. And load balancing. Alright, load balancer and appropriate related resources have been pre-configured, so application. Use the load balancers. Alb. Use existing listener. That's all set up. Feel free to expand the various other options. We're not setting them. Cool. Alright, so we can create. So now the cluster has a service for blue anyway. We go to tasks. We'll have a task there running. Cool. So we can leave that running or wait for it to run. It's still activating. We're then going to repeat the instructions for creating the service, this time with green. So services, create another. Where's my last one? There. There's blue, green, create another one. Launch type, EC2. Service, green, latest, service name, green service, desired task 0, and then we've got to do the load balancing for this one as well. So load balancer, right, so there's both. So let's wait for those to spin up. It's done the one with 0 tasks, obviously. Alright, cool. So now that we've put all the pieces in to build and store Docker images, dynamically registering those container instances, we can maintain a target capacity. We're now going to learn how to learn more about how the interdependent service actions and some results. We're going to view the resources launched by EC2 and access the blue application launched by the blue service. So we want to go to EC2. Still going anyway, so it's probably not finished yet. Alright, instance 1. Right, we want to go to target groups. Click on target group. Observe the registered targets. So we should have there's 1, should be 2. So we'll probably need this to finish. It's gone green now. Why have I only got 1? You'll notice that you have 2 healthy targets despite only having 1 running EC2 instance. Why is only one of two tasks running? What the fuck? Desired task 2. Still... Let's see why green didn't work. Why is it not showing 2? What the hell? Blue server should have 2 running. Just got my images. Where's the cluster? Should have. Green task def has got that. It's going into EC2. Right, let's just fucking bin that off. Let's do green again. Right, so cluster. Task, new task. Task dev. A new revision. So task def is set. EC2, Linux, default network, low CPU, low memory, task execution run. Test screen is selected, green container is selected. Ports were changed. Unchecked. The logging. Got 2 tasks. Back into cluster. Let's check blue was created right. Desired task 2. Family is set right. Revision is latest. That's all I had to set. Load balancing is all done. The only thing is that this desired state should be a green running, not grey. That doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't get why it only runs 1 of 2 tasks, so it's like really fucked up. Just delete. I'm going to delete this one as well. I'll do this whole step again. Can't stop it while it's scaled above 0, of course. Why would I be able to do the lab fucking correctly? Create a fucking new one for green then. Launch. EC2. Green. Latest. Service name. Zero tasks. Select the load balancer. Use an existing HTTP. This is broken. This should have 2 of 2 tasks. It won't let me fucking remove it. This is pissing me off. Why is it that when I get... This is step fucking 7 of 8 and they don't fucking work? Absolute joke. Like, I need to downvote this one as well. Like, no, it doesn't fucking work. What's wrong? The fucking second task doesn't launch. And does that completely bollocks up this step? Like, let's have a look. EC2. Target group. There's 2 tasks. No, there's not. There's only fucking 1. Does that matter? Load balancers. You'll see the load balancer. This is a TMS name. Right, so now we know it's blue. If we navigate to the cluster page again of EC2, select the green service, do update, change desired task to 2, update. Return to target grouper within the EC2 console. And watch as none of it works. What a fucking pile of shite. So yeah, I've only got 1 registered target, not... I should have 4. Reduce resource requirement for the Docker container item on multiple instances. Anyway, right, so now we'll go back to so they reckon refreshing this now would give it green, which it obviously isn't going to do. That is bullshit. Status primary 0%. Deployment completed. But still bloody blue. It's not done anything. It's not done the handover. So no technical issue. Only one registered target. Two. Unable to perform blue-green. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. How do I pass that lab? The last two fucking steps didn't work. Did I enjoy this hands-on? No, I didn't. I like labs that